Yes, we have come to a conclusion of the first ever MSG Trade Investment Seminar. And as the President had said in the beginning in his keynote address, that this has been a unique and first gathering of government representatives, investment promotion agencies, and the business communities of the MSG region. This forum is first and has presented a wonderful opportunity for you, the business community, to network with your fellow businessmen from the region, and at the same time also to meet with key government officials. We had permanent secretaries and director generals here from the MSG region, and we hope, as we've noted in the last session, it will become a regular event. The sessions of the seminar, this was the first event, so we are learning, but it was structured in a manner to allow participation or participants to discuss trade and investment opportunities. Not only that, but to also identify key impediments that can be addressed as a collective, MSG collective. And in this regard, I think this forum has been useful. We have shared ideas, we have shared lessons, experiences, and have had some insights into improving and promoting business and trade in the MSG. In the first session, we saw that, well, it's really no secret in the MSG, that MSG countries as a whole, we need to improve the ease of doing business by streamlining processes, eliminating red tape, and having a robust regulatory and legal framework in place to protect our investors, to promote them. And of course, starting a business in MSG is a challenge which all our policymakers need to address, and we have taken note of that. We need to reduce and streamline our approval procedures, reduce the time and the cost taken to give approvals, and eliminate some of the restrictive requirements we have, such as the minimum capital deposit requirements. And we've heard that Fiji has done this. Fiji is also moving towards a single window registration payment system, where the first tier will come online sometime this year, and hopefully most of the second tier agencies will also come online. Solomon Islands, of course, already has an online investment registration system, we're glad to note, and we've also heard that PNG and Solomon Islands are undertaking holistic reforms of their investment policies. So in the context of the discussions that have taken place, I encourage policymakers present here to take note of the feedback and continue on the good reforms to facilitate business and investments in your respective countries. Of course, there's a need as the region develops and grows to look at our policies in respective countries and think as a sub-region and harmonize our procedures and policies amongst the region, also with our main trading partners, to facilitate trade and business within our region and beyond. As far as the incentives goes, we had that in session 2, quite good presentations. It's been very encouraging to note that there's a host of incentives available in each country in the MSG in key sectors, and tourism and manufacturing were some of opportunities, generous opportunities that are available as far as investment goes. It goes without saying that these incentives could be made more attractive and have better utilization, and your feedback, of course, in this regard would be useful. Nonetheless, I urge our business communities to take full advantage of the incentives and benefits that are available within our region and work with government in accessing these opportunities. There is definitely, what we've heard today, the phenomena of intra-MSG investment and trade. There's definitely scope for our governments to give preferences to our MSG investors and to assist in growing regional investments. In this regard, perhaps the first way to start is we have all the investment promotion agencies there. We definitely need an MOU amongst them to promote investments and business in the region. As far as our trade agreement goes, well, the region has the best vehicle, a Ferrari, if you like, as far as driving and growing the trade in the region goes in the form of MSG trade agreement. Over the last 2 years, this trade agreement has essentially created a free trade area within the MSG, and we would all like now New Caledonia to also become part of the trade agreement, and that would create even greater opportunities, not only for the MSG countries, but New Caledonia also. And there has been a suggestion of a positive list. We can look at that approach to get the ball rolling. As was noted, the region to a large extent has achieved temporary movement of skilled labor through our skills movement scheme. The onus is now on policymakers to fully implement this scheme, harmonize procedures in line with the MOU. We heard a presentation from Fiji that this has been achieved in Fiji, as the cabinet has waived all fees relating to the scheme. We hope other countries would also come on board. And as we saw, the scheme could be our region's answer to a global problem, which is unemployment, particularly amongst our young. The scheme can also boost revenue from remittances, which is becoming increasingly important for the region. The free movement of labor is very important in realizing our leaders' vision of an economic union. And in April this year, during Fiji's very successful trade and investment mission to PNG, we witnessed the successful acquisition of B Mobile by Vodafone through investments by FNPF. And this investment was greatly dependent on the transfer of knowledge, skills, management, and technology, without which this investment may not have eventuated. So movement of skills is very important. These frameworks are very important. As far as some useful recommendations go, ladies and gentlemen, the seminar also discussed issues affecting trade, such as air-sea connectivity amongst our countries and links to the main market. This needs to be addressed. We've had success stories in the region where region's primary resources have been developed into world-class export commodities. In Tana coffee, yes, and I frequent Bulacino coffee quite often, and I like the coffee, and I'm a fan. There are clear advantages of having a regional brand. So perhaps in line with Buy Fijian, we could have Buy Melanesian made, taking advantage of the region's image, and there's untapped potential in that. Of course, the counterfeit aspect that was mentioned in Ram's presentation can also be addressed through this campaign. And proposals like, useful proposals like having an MSG stock exchange will definitely increase connectivity amongst business and increase avenues for investment in the region, and needs to be supported. These recommendations and feedback will form part of our communique, so to speak, our outcomes document, and this communique will assist our governments, stakeholders, and the MSG Secretariat to chart action plans to improve and grow trade and business in the region, which can be relooked at the next roadshow as we had in PNG. So, ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to thank all our facilitators, presenters during the various sessions. I'd like to thank the MSG Secretariat for assisting the ministry in coordinating this event and providing technical support. In the same vein, I'd like to thank PIPSO, Pacific Islands Private Sector Organization, and United Nations Development Fund, UNDP, for their useful support for this event. Without the support of our kind sponsors, kind and very generous sponsors, this event would have been impossible to stage. So I'd like to thank them also. I'd like to thank our very beautiful MC. Thank you for steering this event very well. And finally, on behalf of the Fijian government, Minister for Industry and Trade, I'd like to thank all the participants, particularly those that are visiting Fiji from other MSG countries. Your contribution has made today's seminar a wonderful success. I look forward to meeting a number of you next week during the trade fair. And of course, I wish the government of PNG the best of luck in next year's event. With those words, ladies and gentlemen, I now declare today's Trade and Investment Seminar officially closed. Vinaka Vakalebo.